I didn't go to high school. I don't know how most of the games they think I play, I'm not even aware of them.
But Katt, for you to get on stage, and like I said, a lot of people, like a lot of comedians, I had a few here, they're like, okay, you know, I told jokes to get girls, I told jokes to, you know, get people to laugh at someone else.
Yeah.
But you is like, and you had this other opportunity, like in Oklahoma, that they were going to take you out if you won the talent show. You was going to go on the road with these well-known comedians.
And I did. Well, because I knew that there were a lot of other things I could do. Like, when I looked at drug dealers, I thought I could do that.
Yeah.
You
but
see
that's
what I'm saying?
easy.
So, right. And who doesn't like that?
Right.
Huh? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make it. But now that I got to do it on this side, but no, your question was, when did I think I was funny? I never was my biggest fan. To this day, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm a fan of comedy. I like great comedians. Like, I like Chappelle. I like Patrice O'Neal. Like, I like the greats of comedy because I do. Like, I like Ron White. I like Bill Engvall. Like, I know comics. Like, people that did the craft, they raised me. I was touring with Steve Marmel and Richard Jenny and real journeymen. So my comedy upbringing was standard. I thought you had to work all night, every night, all around the country, and you had to write jokes, and that you were trying to write jokes that other people weren't writing, and that your job was to be funnier. Like, people that know me will tell you I've been on this. Like, I had a list of all the black comedians that were more famous.
He talking about work ethic right now.
And
really respect the work ethic.
Cross them all out before I could. I appreciate what competition does for sports and for my particular sport. And comedy is a sport.
What gave you the confidence that you could get on stage?
So performing in front of people was no problem. But I was reiterating God's word at that point. Now, I just have to make sure that the content is good. If the content is good, what part can I not do? I'm a vessel. He's given me these gifts to be able to do certain things, so I just want to utilize them in my craft. That's all.
Standing ovation, boos, some applause, some jeers?
No, none of that. They applauded like I was a professional at it. But now looking back, I understand, because you got to understand, they were all thinking, he don't even look old enough to be in here. And we don't have any black guys that live in this town.
Right.
Where did he come from? And then he gets up there, and for 3 minutes, he's talking about the fact that he is the entire black community.
Right.
And he is as disappointed in them. It looked like they looking for where the rest of them is. That the truth is really the commodity.
Amen.
And the fact that we are all individuals and all separate and all our own islands, but not in real life. In real life, it's only 5 or 6 different types of people, and you're going to see them everywhere that you go.
Come on, Katt.
Like, all my enemies all look the same in the eyes, whether it's Faison, Wanda, Aries Spears, they all look like...
Man, what you got against Wanda Sykes? You think I don't remember that?
Sir? Wanda Sykes and Wanda Smith are 2 separate people.
I mean, Wanda Smith.
Right, check that.
I only said one name, sir.
Check that.
Wanda Sykes
is
amazing. I love Wanda.
And I agree.
I love Wanda. That's my girl.
Mine
but I remember on the radio, you went on a radio interview. If I'm not mistaken, that's in Atlanta.
Right. It wasn't just that part. It was...
I've always wanted to know the backstory behind this. This is interesting. I've never heard like what led up to the moment. For those that's just joining in now or don't know what we're talking about, Katt Williams did an interview, I believe, on like a Atlanta radio station, something like that, right?
Well, I just want to talk to you because you just wanted Emmy for the city of Atlanta, and this is in Atlanta, and they just want to hear about the Emmy and hear from you and to thank you for what you did putting the city on.
Right. Okay.
And we won't talk about your kids. We won't talk about jail, no cases. We ain't going to talk about none of that.
Right.
And immediately gets in there and goes the opposite way. You
Right.
flip up on me because you're an inferior comedian. I'm going to destroy you, and I'm never going to call you out of your name. I'm never going to say anything disrespectful to people that look like you. It's a very thin line I got to call, but this lady is trying to embarrass me in front of a largely homosexual fan base. That's why she got canceled. Call me gay. Gay people don't feel like it's derogatory. So why are you trying to shame me with something in the community?
Oh, he flipped that. He flipped that. That's one of the coldest flips in terms of like, that's one of the coldest flips I've heard in a long time. That's an interesting way to flip that back on, because god damn, he bodied that. That was a masterclass in answering that question, addressing that. Because not only did he not offend, value of me, my sexuality. So I'm not even going, I'm not here to like toe no line or nothing like that. But that was a great way to answer that question, Katt. Good shit, bro.
People saying I belong over there. I've been over there.
You did,
but I have no hatred of over there. And how
right.
dare you?
You did a number on it though.
Hey,
he teaching, he did his thing.
You either believe in karma or you don't.
Michael, right? It's a trap,
even know
right?
Any of the stuff that she had done. To
well said, Michael.
Comedians until afterwards. I just know that it was a setup.
Right.
And remember, they. With a real gun in my real face on real camera. Understand I'm losing my life for participating in something that goes along with my job. Like,
you felt she hated you at that moment because you mentioned that she said it was going to be very professional. Oh, you won an Emmy, congratulations, you put the city on, you own for the city, yada, yada, yada. And now, did she mention anything about the Emmy on camera?
I believe you saw the video and you know that none of that took place. See, the issue is that all the comedians have to come do these radio stations because you have to sell your tickets, and so that means you have to go to the radio station.
Yes.
I don't go to the radio station, and I don't make posts.
Said Mafi said he said they know I'm not a part of that community. Right.
No, I'm saying in the interview situation.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
Yeah, and this person knew I wasn't there for that or...
He a good sport.
Be against equality, dude.
No.
What you just said was very unequal, sir.
Bruh, but
I think maybe you've had enough of this. Because I think I just heard you say...
The buttercream fit. That's nasty. Buttercream.
You mean as a comedian?
Holy shit.
Listen, you understand and I understand.
Yeah.
In certain situations, they want to be treated equal.
And then them away because I didn't have any. Plus, I understood. I'm not trying to offend black women with short hair. I'm not trying to offend heavyset women. I'm not trying to upset fellow comedians. I'm not trying to do any of that, and I am qualified to be able to do none of that and still eviscerate you because I'm smart enough to know that I need to say that you have gnarled fingers because I know your limited education means you don't know what the word means. So you can't possibly
Let's go.
You're not sure of the meaning.
Right.
And I'm going to continue hitting you because this is what comedians do.
Right.
You've been masquerading that you're a comedian too, and that's the fallacy.
Right. Okay. Right. And that's what I mean earlier. Like he's really separating. Like, yo, these people that y'all call so-called comedians, they not comedians to me. They not. Yo, you know what? Because I don't want to make this too much about myself, but I be feeling some type way about some of the dating coaches, some of the quote unquote pickup artists, like all that bull. No. She did have that coming.
You could have said, Wanda, I didn't come here for that. I just want to do the interview. I just want to talk about what happened.
Oh, you
no.
understand my job. My
right.
job is to be
right.
My job is to be funny.
Right.
My first job is to be funny. My second job is to be respectful. That sounds political. I'm saying, if you do it, you let a accidentally touch over here. And I won't stop burning you down until there ain't nothing left. It'll literally be rubble on top of rubble, and I'll still be bombing. Why? Because that's why you should mind your business. I have.
I thought he was going.
Did it like?
Thought he was going to fake it to make it, man.
I mean, because when you have, I don't know how early it was in your career. Obviously, it hadn't been I don't think it's in the last decade because you've been immaculate.
None of that. And so I don't think any comedian has ever been booed unnecessarily either.
They deserve it.
Oh yeah. I'm saying What do they say when a guy shoots the air ball in the NBA? They say air ball to make sure everybody knows. But again, he still got to get back on D.
Right.
Like the game didn't end. He don't get to throw his hands up and sulk.
Right.
That's supposed to be used as a learning experience.
He got booed in Atlanta.
Get booed enough.
Sheesh.
Did was give him the best advice of his life. Remember, he was.
What did he do?
And I told him he needed to dress to be in the position that he's trying to say that he's in. And if you're the African king of comedy, sir, there's actually comedians in Africa doing comedy. If you're gonna say that, you gotta go to Africa and get a school, dude. Everybody got you gotta put in some work. And these guys, they take my advice, they change their whole persona, and then
shit on you. Yeah. Oh my God, Katt, you telling the truth.
Comment or make a statement about
you telling the truth.
Or any of that. But when it gets to be a whole group,
I'm really not trying to make this about me, but that is the God's honest truth. You will give somebody some game.
Of these guys, I gotta come and talk to Shannon.
You know every comedian.
This is the other side of Kirk Franklin praying. This is the reckoning.
Go ahead, Katt. Let's go.
Reckoning.
You watch that. You know every comedian that's been on my show. You know you watched every episode. Cause
No,
you know.
that's not what you said. You said I know every.
Damn, Chad said Michael Black's is not funny. Damn. Definitely gonna have to do. If some of y'all can like just link some things in the Discord for me, like, yo, King, this is what I was talking about earlier. That'll be helpful. He said they all playing the same movies. They sure do.
You know every comedian.
You limiting me.
Oh, you watched every episode because you know things.
Yo, shout out Chad. Yo, y'all put me on with a lot of stuff I didn't know about. Half of the stuff I never knew about.
That's always where I'm trying to come from, whether it's comedic or otherwise. That's why even if you see me get arrested 10 times in a row on TV, as a fan of mine, you can be like, he finna be right out. I'm gonna be free.
Love Jersey.
Sitting out here talking to you about it, that it really was what I said it was.
You say he look like a Rottweiler.
You come down, you're in LA.
Yeah.
Now, I'm reading Katt Williams won Cedric the Entertainer's Anheuser-Busch Best Los Angeles Comic Award. Did you win that award, won Katt Williams? It's a simple yes or no. It's not a rhetorical question.
It's a question that probably should have been asked to Cedric the Entertainer.
I got you here, though.
I know.
Katt.
I couldn't believe Cedric didn't get asked that question. You still a dude's joking and giving an award, and then 10 years later you don't know nothing about it. Hey, but I promise you this. If he sees
Yeah. Damn, Katt be on it like that?
Kevin Hart done went 25 years without ever being in the same building with me.
Does Katt have a history of just like confrontation? Cause I ain't know he was built like that. I ain't know he was built like, yeah, you know, I ain't even gonna lie, Joe, I'ma see him. I could see him, maybe like roasting somebody or something like that, whether on Twitter or like Instagram or something like that. But I didn't know he was like so much on the like, no, I'ma run into him in traffic. I ain't even worried about that. Matter of fact, block him. Get your begging ass up out of here. We don't do that.
Same time. If I go in the building, he walk out. You've never seen us in the same building ever in 20.
Talking about I'm hungry, but you got the internet. You don't get your bullshit ass about my life.
5 years. It's not what you think. I am never under the influence of anything. I'm always in my right mind. I'm always a physical specimen. And when you see me, I'm much, much bigger. This is just in the yard, just to the rack, just cause.
You work out, Katt? You work out, Katt?
Not to the gym.
You don't work out in the gym? You do push-ups, sit-ups?
My whole life it was just push-ups and sit-ups only. I would do like,
No, honey.
Because this is literally every day.
Right.
This is not for the gram. You know what I mean? Like literally 100 a day. And I would do push-ups, and then I
keeping it hot.
Rotator cuffs. And so it was only thanks to golf that I was even able to get my
You a golfer now?
back. No. I've found that you don't get anything for that. It seems very egomaniacal. They go, hey, Katt, for free, you can go further back. Hey, what? Wait a minute, does it still count the same? Hey, I'm up at the ladies' tee. Don't tell me my
Yeah, get his bacon ass about the chat. Facts.
On the golf course, I'm
T-Mac said that's how y'all be.
Whoever at the front tee.
He said, Indy said Katt's so messy. He Katt on some shit.
What you do, not work hard at what you do, but have to act like you the best at what you do. It is crazy. That's what I'm saying. If you a Faison Love fan, you mean you've been a fan of him for 32 years, you still waiting on him to do his first special? You mean to tell me if Steve Harvey, your favorite comedian, you mean you've been waiting for him to do stand-up for 15 years now?
Oh my goodness, y'all! I got so many stories. I almost got into it with nigga in front of the CVS, man. Little homeless guy begging, man. I was gonna get him some water. He was like, "Do I look like I need water?" I was like, "Oh."
How did you develop Money Mike and get it? I mean, everybody talk Money Mike. How did you come up with that and said, you know what?
Big J, you right.
This is how he should talk. This is how he should.
You right.
This is the kind of whip he should ride. This is how he should talk.
So if you'll remember that was my first movie, just understand that what I did then, I've done with every single role, whether it was an Emmy-winning role or whether it wasn't, whether I was playing somebody homeless, whether I was playing a dirty vagabond on Atlanta, whether it was an eccentric guy in First Sunday, regardless of what the role is, the first thing I do is erase me from it.
Okay.
So anything that I would naturally do, that's what I'm not going to do because I'm playing a different character.
Playing the character. Okay.
Right. So I then create this person based upon real life circumstances. So I don't have to wonder what a pimp thinks because I've been in that position for a little while.
Katt.
And I don't have a problem being a go-getter because I'm a go-getter. So I bring whatever I can to these characters. I was able to, there was a pimp guy that used to be a pimp, but he wasn't anymore. He was a rapper now, and his name was Mac Minister. And he had never done a movie before. I was a stand-up, and I'm getting ready to do the movie. And so I was able to craft what a real pimp was like, what was too much. I didn't want to be stereotypical.
Right.
I did the research. I saw how many times people played pimps, and they were always, it was always something weird about them,
right.
I guess, because it's a weird job, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I wanted somebody that didn't seem like none of that he really thought it was a business and treated it like that. And so, you know, adding those levels to acting is what all actors do if they're not Steve or Cedric or Ricky. Like, you're trying to create a character. You can't just be Faison in every movie. Like, you're just gonna take your shirt off on every movie? Like, why does it say that in your script?
Man, let Big Worm live. Let him breathe, Katt. Let Big Worm breathe.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
But you gotta admit the role that he played, Big Perm and Friday. You gotta give him credit for the role. Now,
Hey, yo. Hell no.
That's correct. Why wasn't he in next Friday or Friday after next?
I mean, his role,
It wasn't good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that there's a news flash that there are reasons for things in a business.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, why did you bench D-Lo? He had 2 points. What are you talking about?
Right.
But I like him. Nobody cares about that. That's not what we're talking about. These are business conversations that deal with businessmen.
Right.
Right. When you're good at something, you should progress. The guys that are not as good, they should fall down by the wayside. That's natural.
So you believe if your talent.
Big J, I'm trying to let Katt like do his thing with that. You know what I mean? The whole, oh yeah, you know what I mean? I sat up there, you know what I mean? I had experience.
you should fall by the wayside, and the guys that have the talent and that get elevated, they should move.
No, that's what water says. That's what the universe say. The universe say the levels. No, not I say. Who am I? I'm nobody. But I'm working every day is how it should be. And I'm choosing comedians that also write and work hard and don't steal other people's material. And I'm making sure that they all make $300,000 a season. And I'm making sure that they're not ever signed to me or my conglomerate. And that's why they're successful. No, you can work with me and still be an independent businessman, boss owner like you came in.
Right.
There you
I
go.
don't need you to be subservient to me. That's those other guys that make you pay dues.
You rewrote a lot of what Money Mike was to say and how he behaved. So they allowed you the freedom.
Ricky was studying. Yeah, he was.
How much?
Would they allow
I heard the clip too.
make an interception if didn't nobody talk about it? As a football player, if the ball comes your way, can you just grab it? Can you make an interception anytime? Are you allowed to pick up any fumble? You can do any hustling, right? Oh, okay, same here. Same here.
But here's the thing, though. Even as an offensive player,
Trey, I'm with you on that.
once I get a couple of years under my
I'm with you, Captain Rose.
as a rookie, that was your first movie.
I am committed to laughs. The only way I made it past those 300 comedians, I didn't tell you this. What it required is I had to watch all 300 comedians 10 times a piece. I watched your set 10 times of you performing, whoever you were, and then I counted how many laughs you got every time you did these amount of minutes. So if you told me this comedian and told me he did 30 minutes, I could tell you that he got 26 laughs in that 30 minutes because I had done the numbers on everybody. So I didn't just say I was funnier. I knew I was funnier than the comic you liked, and I could tell you how many jokes funnier I was because that's how we judge stand-up. You do 15 minutes, I do 15 minutes. How do I know I'm funnier than you? Because you got 6 laughs, and I got 16.
He is surgical.
I'm almost 3 times better than you, low-key boy. But I'm never gonna tell you the formula. So you gonna keep just going out there telling jokes. Now understand it that psychologically, the audience by 10 years is convinced that I'm funnier than you. I'm holding him up above me. He grabs my little chain. He's playing with it, and he accidentally drops it. It breaks out my front 2 teeth. I'm in a situation now where when I go to the dentist, they telling me this gonna cost thousands and thousands of dollars to fix this right. They not telling me what it's gonna look like. I go get an estimate with no money involved, find out what I need to do. They find out you got a tumor in your upper jaw, so we're gonna have to do a whole surgery for you. It's gonna be 100 bands.
Any one of my loved ones, she know that. That's like little sis.
Lives, just like a young man going for the draft.
Right.
We can actually get in the league with this. There are 30 comedians on this cast. They're all magnificent. This is the holy grail of the situation. So yeah, I was able to make sure.
Trey, I'm listening to him.
Because it wasn't
I'm
just
listening.
my first movie. It was K.D. Albert's first movie. It was Terry Crew's first movie.
Absolutely.
I was the leader of this group, which meant that we didn't do their rehearsals. They did rehearsal. We did our own rehearsals daily to make sure that
Lord, we're going to talk about that JB Smooth thing because I heard the same thing.
we were at the level of professional actors, which is what made it so egregious.
Katt, he did have a good part in the movie, man. The Santa Claus was funny, man.
The dude said the entire time we were filming, I can't play this role. They got a bandana over my nose and my mouth. My family not even gonna know who this is.
God.
So yeah, tell your story.
Terry Crews also said that you guys had a lot of conversation, that this was your opportunity and you needed to see.
He better not. Oh, he about to do it.
Terry had the benefit of having been in some very high-profile situations already and took L's. Like,
Oh, here we go.
you know what I mean? He had done pro wrestling. He had done a lot of things. He had been televised in some things that hadn't worked.
Right.
And this was just fortuitous for him. And now you know what nobody has ever said in the whole industry in 20 years about Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it shit out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem. And then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was. And acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But yeah, it's interesting.
That's interesting. You know what I mean? If you want to shit on Kevin Hart about not being as funny as I am, you know what I mean? His style got old. He overused it. Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm on the winning side of these decisions.
You know, look, I've had Cube, I've talked to Cube, and a lot of people say Cube doesn't pay. What's your relationship with Cube, and what did that opportunity mean for you?
You shouldn't even talk to them anymore. Like, you don't go to Goodwill, you don't go to a Goodwill thrift store and go, look at all this cheap ass shit. Why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut up? You could have went to Hermes. Why you didn't go to Balenciaga? Why you didn't go to the Balmain? You want to have that conversation? Right. What you mean, the independent black dude who's filming it partly out of his weirdos that felt like they earned the opportunity because they were big? No, yeah. I understood.
That ain't no $200 million movie. Well, I mean, how much did you expect you was gonna make?
To get them teeth fixed just like you did.
Yeah.
So, it was no harm, no foul. I knew that I was gonna go from there. There was no turning back to Katt.
Hey, yo.
That's the thing. What I'm saying if I did it and I did a good job at it, you can thank me. I was involved.
Right.
I'm not gonna come later on and tell you, I never even read the whole script. So how you know what roles? What?
JB Smooth, the guy on GTA Radio. Right.
To write it. I was supposed to have been writing it. This is what these guys are.
I like what Trey said. The truth can sound like hate, which is why Ricky sounded like a hater saying he was supposed to be Money Mike. That's a very good point. Agree with what they saying. Even though sometimes it could be hate, they could be saying something bogus, because we like by and large, America love Katt. The world loves Katt.
And the Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island.
Holy shit.
Not Smokey.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say. To be confident and not delusional is a real skill. We all agree to that, and there's no next Friday without Friday, and there's no Friday after next without Friday.
We talk about the road because you said that they don't...
Here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. This is happening. Katt Williams is known for smoking weed. Willie Nelson is known for smoking weed. Right. Snoop's known for smoking weed, but none of us is really known except Willie. And I'm saying, Chris Tucker didn't want to be the poster child for smoking weed. He don't smoke weed like that.
Right.
He in the church. He Michael Jackson's best friend. Christmas. Michael Jackson called him Christmas. You ever met a man that gave you a little nickname like that?
No.
Me neither.
Man, I ain't gonna be able to get nobody back. I ain't gonna be able to get no more comedians.
They all coming.
No, they ain't.
Are you kidding?
Nah.
Hey, I promise
good thing
you.
I done got all the rest of them. I done got the ones.
I promise you, everybody trying to double back.
Shay Boutique.
You gonna let him? They're coming. Much as.
Nene said Chris Tucker living for the Lord. Bless his heart. Bless Chris Tucker, man. Sean said, why he had to go disrespect James Carter? Chelsea Clinton.
Comic View was everything. Comic View was really the break.
Shout out Comic View.
After next, just because.
Comic View used to be the shit back in the day. Came on like 10 o'clock, 9, 10.
And we just throw sets of all of them up there, and we see who the audience likes. Who do they like? And it was a great wild, wild west.
I remember the commercial for Comic View. I still remember that.
The same is true for Def Jam because hip hop was a fad at one time, and hip hop ain't gonna last. And why are you doing that? And that's how it was for blue comedy. If
Yep.
you were a comedian that cussed, you were ridiculed by the mainstream comedy geist. That would be like me being on Joe Rogan. Joe don't want me on there. I need to be on Shannon. Joe got 6 comedians that never been funny. He want to push out.
Did Shannon say preach?
How it is. I'm so sorry I'm competitive. You an athlete, right?
Yeah, I can tell.
You understand.
Bro, Black, all right. I ain't gonna go because it really ain't about Joe Rogan tonight, but black folk don't watch that. Like, that's just the God's honest truth. We don't watch that. If it ain't one of us on Joe Rogan pod.
And today, 24, 25, 26, could we see?
And most of the time, it's fighters that I watch on there. Like when he interview like Bud Crawford or something like that. That's what I watch. But outside of that, I don't watch it like that. Uncontacted tribe.
That happened at the same time.
Word though, for real, man.
Hollywood Squares. Yeah, because they tell you that there's no gatekeepers. Like Comic View did a couple of disservices to comedy as well. So there were people like me that were out there getting 2 and 3 standing ovations in one set. And that wasn't good for television. So what they did was they started making everybody get a standing ovation. So they would tell the audience, when they get off stage, everybody get up and cheer. And so now the fact that I'm the only one out there going to get standing ovations is now making people think everybody get a standing ovation. And that's not how comedy is. So I understood why that couldn't go anymore. Because remember, Ricky Smiley sat right here and told you a story about how he performed with Mike Epps and Katt Williams when he did Comic View. And to let him tell it, he was funnier than both. Talking about the special needs. That's good.
That's a different kind of
Clever.
Oh my God, he is shitting on Ricky Smiley.
Time I was there.
But I'm saying
That time, this time, same times.
no. But I'm saying
Just like people that tell you the Egyptians, they not black.
I mean, Eddie Murphy not telling those jokes. Richard Pryor wouldn't be able to tell those jokes in 2024 that they told in the 70s and the 80s.
Shit. Richard Pryor?
But that's my point.
They're not inferior people.
No.
If they were in this time, they would be going according to our time. Just like then, we were going according to that. Like,
That's a good point. That's a good
there
point.
are words that we can use for a while. And when we use them for a while until somebody says that ain't a good word, we should stop saying that.
Correct.
That don't make people feel good. And we stop saying the word. And we move on to another word. You can't say the R word. You can certainly say special needs.
Yeah.
You can certainly say spectrum.
Be slow.
There are things that you can say to get your point that don't have to hurt people.
Right.
But you would know that if what you did was construct the English language for a living, then you would understand that part. I believe that much in business. In business, the goal is for you to become independent and be the boss, take the responsibility, and also get the profit.
Okay.
Amen.
That's the real thing. The part that I'm able to do it all across the country. The fact that every time I do a tour or a special, you think, well, that's sponsored by somebody. Somebody did a good job. Just the guy they're kicking around, just the one that might mentally not be all there. He's the one picking the outfits, writing this guy's material, booking the shows, making sure he gets there. He's the one hiring the other comedians. Remember, my goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never has.
I was going to say something too.
My only goal. Get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan
There
Majors.
you go. Think up.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I don't act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. That's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. And remember, I told you the drug story from when I'm in the park.
Yeah.
So these are just the things. I had all of those when I came in. I already was ready for that. That's Competition is a driving force. And I don't require anybody to be better. Who am I? I just require if you're a loser and you've taken shortcuts at every chance and you've made sure that you didn't put anybody on that really had a work ethic and was a God-fearing person and you helped that, you better be careful. The nigga that run you off gonna show up and he gonna tell everybody. Man, what you gonna be able to say? Nothing.
Gotta be talking about Steve.
Why you think I speak with such clarity? I'm actually involved in each one of these stories I told you about. Right.
He in his bag now. Now he in his bag.
One comedian, as we've been sitting here doing this interview, that you hold in very high regard is Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. You said it was more. I'm gonna let you tell it.
No, you're
no,
the best.
I want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You've proven it here today. As much as I'm proving it, you proving it. You proving it. Yeah, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't. People say that. He lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude. And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need another one? You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No.
He had to go on his hiatus. He tell me, Katt, when I come back, I need you. You my young partner. You my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. We gonna do it together. We gonna do some buddy cop shit. I said, Martin, you got my motherfucking word, my nigga. Go do what you gotta do. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. You know, we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House 2.
Oh, hell no.
I almost died. You already played the old lady as an FBI agent. We can play anything now. We can be playing a dog catcher this time. Why do we need to be in a dress? And I get so mad, I say, you don't want me. You want Brandon T. Jackson. And that's who they went and got.
God damn.
They went and got. Just like I'm telling you, I had that other dude's work. I had all of it. All I did was say, I want to punch it up so it's not offensive.
He said, y'all don't want me. Y'all want Brandon T. Jackson. That is a wild ass name just to pull from air like that. Like, who think like that? Those was the main 2. Now, some people say the Daily Show and things like that, but I didn't really like watch the Daily Show. But Reno 911 and Chappelle Show. Richard Pryor, oh, shout out my homie Sean, bro. Richard Pryor didn't give a fuck. His comedy was like venting all his unfiltered thoughts to the world. Sean, that's how I feel. I really do feel that way about Richard Pryor, bro. I don't care what era you drop him in. I was still on Beavis and Butthead when South Park came. That's what I'm saying, Lord. Like, everybody wasn't watching South Park like that. Now, maybe later. You know what I did watch that they made? Not South Park, but what's that movie with the puppets? But that was funny. I didn't watch South Park that much, but that movie that they did, Team America World Police, it was something like that. That movie was hilarious. Big J, and I hate to ask you to do this, bro. Please post that in my Discord. That I do not believe that. That's crazy. Brandon did a response. All right, we're gonna peep that. We're gonna peep that.
It's gonna be in a dimension.
I can't wait to hear what he said.
The greatest thing floating in 2024. Mark the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Establish this as a place of truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sometimes we don't really understand or appreciate someone until they're gone. I did. I was a big Prince fan. All of his stuff.
Yeah.
Because he could play all the instruments. He could sing. He could dance. He was an entertainer that could sing. And what he wrote, I mean, who thinks of Cherry Moons? Who thinks it snows in April?
Right.
A raspberry beret, a pink cashmere, the purple rain, the things that he wrote about. Well, like, bro, who mind goes there?
He got the Prowler from Friday After Next.
Crave says Shannon about to get the bag. 31 million in 4 days. 31 million views is insane. Yeah, he is about to get the bag. You right.
Sitting there, he got the same Bentley as me, like, because we share certain things. Our connection was
Long live Prince, man.
Lyrics and cars. And those are the areas where he trusted my opinion on things. And that's where I got to be helpful in his life. And he was helpful in mine in really all different types of ways, especially about the business, as far as being a black man that was rich in this business at 18 years old, had already did his first $1 million contract, had already broken records, was determined that he didn't want to be like anybody else, was so great of a guitar player that black people just stopped caring about guitar, and he got left out on a limb. And
Trey says, so now he knows Prince's whole life.
That he was just really a
Trey, you might be on to something with that, bro.
I don't know. I don't think there's as many, and there's no DVDs now. So
Indeed, you right.
Where are you on this streaming, the specials? I mean, obviously you still tour, but how much do you focus on, okay, I'm gonna tour, say 100 days or 150 days, but I'm gonna do a special? You said 8?
How often you want to make them?
Oh, you said 8? I mean, like
right.
5, 6, 7, 8?
Got to be 10 million to qualify, yeah. So what I'm saying is, once you're at that level, how many would you do? I'd be willing to bet you say, every time you turn around, I'm gonna be doing another one.
Hey.
I think that's what you would say if you was any good.
Yeah.
And like I said, with 12 comedy specials, why do I need to be in these conversations with these? Sid ain't got no specials you remember. Steve ain't got no specials you remember. Ricky ain't got no specials you remember. Faison ain't got no. What? So why do y'all get
special?
A derogatory that I don't know how to hate. Earthquake has. I don't think anybody's ever said Quake wasn't funny. He probably never been booed.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever given a bad performance.
Nathaniel, my dog.
He was in a whole different situation.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't able to translate the stand-up to the movie thing,
TV.
He took a hit. Most people don't take a hit. They're just judged on their stand-up.
Right.
So, yeah, no. I'm a proponent of all of us who are in this business working hard trying to make it.
When you
Indy say, I know them bottles are expensive. Yeah, they are.
Was that a part of it? You're like, okay, I'm doing stand-up. Okay, the next progression is TV movies.
Throughout the history of stand-up, sir. That's the goal for all of us. That's how it goes. That's why when you hear these dudes talking about, oh, I didn't want to be a movie star, you just know it's disingenuous. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Yeah, oh, no, I just wanted to do a game show.
Right.
What?
You're a very generous man, Katt. You're the sole sponsor of Melba Moore getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You did all that on your own. Why?
I understood that she was a black woman in a time where it mattered what you look like, and they had a certain thing that they needed you to look like and act like in order to be successful.
Right.
And she just never did that. She wasn't tall enough. She wasn't fine. They didn't like her looks. They didn't like that her hair was natural. They talked crazy about her, and yet she still made all of these achievements. And so it gives me the leeway to do some things that are simply because it's the right thing to do. So the truth of the matter is, they wanted to give me a star. Been sitting on this list this whole time. And just because they ain't got enough money, they can't get their just due?
Right.
That's crazy. When do you start? That's hurtful. What if somebody can't afford their flowers? You mean they don't get them? Because remember, what am I spending my money on? I'm not spending my money on strippers. I ain't spending them on drugs.
Why not?
Like,
Stripper
what?
part.
Because if I go in a strip club, I'm only trying to get her out of there.
Yeah.
I have no intention of her or any other people being in this position. If I see a girl I like at the strip club, I'm telling her, you know you don't have to strip no more after this.
Oh my God, he one of them.
Last day.
I don't even want you to go get your purse. Just leave it. We get new ID. We get new ID and credit card and social security card.
We don't need none of that.
None of that.
None of that. This life don't look good on you.
Yeah, shit.
You don't even look like a drug addict.
Got me thinking.
You hear these athletes talking about,
You don't even look like a drug.
What?
He said you don't even look like a drug addict. That's crazy to hate on Shannon Sharp because only Shannon Sharp could have done this interview. Katt would not have done it. Again, towards the beginning, I said, I guess apparently some people were hating on Shannon Sharp, like for the interview, like saying like, oh, I would have did this and I would have did that. Like, bro, for one, don't nobody want to talk to you. Where they just like you talking and they constantly just want to like, but yeah, you know, it's like, ho. I wouldn't even finish my thought. And here you come interrupting me. Said no, Friends producers and Brandon Tartenhoff turned down Living Single, watched it hit huge on Fox and copied it and called it Friends on NBC. Please type it in Google. I 100% believe that. Man, I used to think I was smart, man. Then I met y'all, man. I was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, man. Let me just shut up and learn. That's why I read y'all chats, man. I don't know nothing about nothing. Oh, wait. Indy said, I'm saying Friends ain't no comparison to Living Single. I'm going to have to agree with that. But you know what? Quiet as kept, Indy. I heard Friends and Seinfeld are like two sleepers I need to go watch. You know what I mean? And it's one white people telling me this.
Now the alphas all want these subservient husbands. You can't have one.
No. That ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen. Sorry about that. Okay, go ahead. Boy, you done got me canceled. How many times in this program? Where's the camera? It's all been on these cue cards. And I'm just
I ain't write none of this.
Did you help them get out of financial situation?
That's funny.
that they've never needed Katt Williams' financial assistance for anything. I'm sure that... Was
this a real story? Katt gave Migos some money?
I really, really love black people, but I don't love them more than other people. I love everybody. I'm a black guy, and I try to stick with that, but...
I try to stick with that.
I'm not one of those pillow talkers either. Like, when I do something good, I'm really not doing it for the gram. It's not for...
I appreciate that. I don't know if this is true, but I did read that comedians on your show...
Lord, you stupid, Joe.
...would bring them money and not say where it came from.
I like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I watched that before.
Right. So I'm not a feminist like a feminist would be, but I do believe that that in my camp, like if I had 35 people in my camp, right? I believe that other than 4 jobs, I believe that a woman is better at any of them jobs than any man could be.
Okay.
So 10 of these jobs, no man can work because I'd rather a female be there. If I gotta smell anybody's breath, I want it to be hers. I don't want none of you crusty. So what I'm saying is, if in a staffing issue, I'm gonna have 75% women just because I prefer them. Right. I don't prefer to hear 2 guys talking in the corner. I prefer to hear 2 ladies talking in the corner. I don't care what they're talking about. I just prefer that. So a lot of times I will utilize ladies to convey a message. If a comedian is doing a great job somewhere in the country, and he didn't have to suck me off for it, and
hey, you.
Boy, I really needed it. Why would you do that? If you was actually just trying to help people, you would. People know that's how I pay my taxes.
Right.
If I got paid $100,000 to be at your city, because you gave me 100 racks to come to your little rinky-dink town, who would I be to not pay my tithes back to your town? That's how I got in this position.
That's a lot of kids for a man that's as busy as you are, travels as much as you do, on the road as much as you are, spend a lot of time, because you have to spend a lot. I mean, it's not easy. I mean, maybe it comes so natural to you to put pen to paper and to write things down and be able to go out there and perform a set, but that's a lot of responsibility, Katt.
Grave, I'm with you, bro. Right. 7 kids?
Right. But if you believe in God, and I tell you that I wanted to be God's friend, and I wanted to even go to Hollywood and still be God's
Appreciate the love. Appreciate the follow.
That was my aim. you can understand where I'm at. Like, I promise you, no jealousy, no bitterness, no, none of that. I got exactly what I was trying to get. I haven't been shorted in any way.
7, 8 kids, single. You gonna get married?
You remember the conversation where I was...
He dodged that one.
Me,
Yes.
and I didn't know what was going to happen to my 2 little brothers, and it was just going to be out there.
Yes.
So when it comes full circle, and I'm one of the richest men that ever lived, and I don't mean, please don't look at my net worth. I saw my net worth. I had that on me.
Right. Right.
What I'm saying is, like, I'm saying my net worth is less than my last Netflix deal. Gold was the amenity of that time. We still got gold.
They got
right.
You can buy an ass. That's what they call it in the biblical time.
Probably wearing $6K worth of clothing. Right.
So back in the day, I would get my girl a donkey. Today we get her a color name. But I'm saying whoever, and whatever it is, I'm saying we. I'm saying because what we gonna do? I done already told you I'm one of the richest people that ever lived.
Yes.
Only in the fact that when I wake up in the morning, no matter where I am, I don't need nothing. All I gotta do is want it, and it belongs to me. So because of that, because I'm favored by God, like when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have, because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it.
Yeah.
That's how.
That's right.
Feeling.
No, come on.
Oh, shit.
That's the whole thing, is I don't have a type of woman. Every woman that I ever had as a type, I ended up getting her. Now she's not the type anymore. Now I understand that every woman is a one of one. Like, you can't.
What?
Because, see how you try to ask me something about marriage? But then
Yeah, I peeped that. I peeped it. Yeah.
So you ever gonna get married? And then you took it back. It's okay. The whole time I wanted to be married, I had kids, so I had to try to fill my wife's place before she got there.
Right.
So I'm already got kids without a mother, but so now I got to be doing laundry. I'm washing dishes. I'm reading stories. I'm having to nurture. I'm having to do all of this, and I got to the point where I didn't need a wife. I'm doing it, and we're doing it, and I'm not.
Hold on, chat. That Lord said, Shannon looking at him like, I like you. Hell no.
A woman in their lives. I'm letting
man.
That's just the only thing that we don't have.
You said when Shannon get that liquor up in him, he get that glaze in his eye?
And it was easy for me to do that, because you have to understand that all of the kids I'm raising at this point, they have fathers. I'm a different person. I'm raising you.
Say Katt more sober than Shannon, right?
Respect for the others.
Low key, you right.
As well. So yeah, the things that can't be bought, your integrity, trying to live your life in a way that you yourself. I didn't do very good at leading by example, but behind the scenes, that's never what I was pushing. They understood that because of my stance, there was a certain thing that would come my way. And so accountability and responsibility is part of what you're teaching, is that, you know, even if you're doing the greatest thing in the world, there's this thing called no good deed goes unpunished. Like, there's a real Murphy's Law. Like, basically, in raising kids, you're just trying to give them a better manual and an outline of how life works than your parents gave you, you know? And
well said. That was well said.
More than anybody. That's because...
I asked you this.
Hold on. Because toxic women are excited.
Right.
I'd rather skydive with her.
Right.
But if you have toxic women,
I ain't like the way it came off neither. Yeah, I ain't like that.
are feeding off of something. And if you find out what this toxic woman is feeding off of, you can just begin to turn off her feeding points. And it drives a toxic person crazy, and they'll get away from you. So whatever, if she's truly toxic, there are certain things that she's doing that help fuel her toxicity. You're not noticing it, but it's what it is. Why do you think she watches murder mysteries before she goes to sleep? Why is it always a crime drama playing? And
Yeah.
toxic people are trying to get things. They're not being toxic for no reason. They're gaining something out of how they operate. That's why they operate like that, because they get something.
Right.
As soon as you find that out, you'll be able to cut off what they're getting, and they will leave. How can I be a single?
Oh my God.
You know, there are people that like were married and then they get divorced and then they become single parents. That's how that works.
Indy, something's wrong with you, Indy.
I'm gonna take your word.
Indy, that is nuts. Pause on that whole phrase.
If I had been married, wouldn't it somebody have said who she was?
No.
He trying to catch him.
Time ago.
No.
He trying to catch him looking in the middle.
Famous, sir. I just worked the story out to you. That
Lord.
hidden mysteries in my life. That was Jesus. I don't have no periods in my life.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
for. No. That person that said that was a liar. I got a case right now in LA. This lady saying she was my assistant for 14 years, and I heard her or something like that. Yeah.
Like more than one?
I've already told you that I prefer
Shannon.
the company of women to the company of men.
Stop.
So if I told you that me and a couple dudes on my staff sometimes have to cohabitate, nobody finds a problem with that. Yeah, so it's me and 3 ladies cohabitating because that's how the business gets done. Like, that's not my episode of Entourage.
Right. that look at hitting Shannon, man.
7 gunmen. You were robbed, shot in the thigh.
I wasn't even the
target?
I wasn't even who they were talking to. And not because I say that. Because if you look at what time period it is, I'm not even making $5,000 a year. So robbing me wasn't the answer. This is before Oklahoma. If you're talking about a terrible condition. With his baby in a baby stroller, with a diaper bag, with a gun in a diaper bag. The only thing I need is a pass. Don't mess with me and just let me go about my business. I'm living in Inglewood, Compton. I'm living in Manchester and West.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to focus on the interview, man, but y'all messed my mind up when y'all said he put his leg up about 3 times during the course of this interview. And then look at the way he's sitting now. Look.
I'm in LA, the gang capital of the world, but never robbed.
Oh my God, this interview getting nasty. Y'all gave me a whole different perspective. This is why the cartel got to review things, because only y'all would have noticed that, man. I promise y'all, nobody else review included the fact that over the course of the episode, Shannon started loosening it up. You know what I mean? Oh, well, how many kids you got, Katt?
You think I'm a blood. You think I'm a Crip. I'm from Ohio. I'm a comedian. I'm trying to do something out here.
I'm a comedian.
Why not judge what you're doing? I'm not trying to be involved.
Right.
That's the difference. That's where the respect comes from.
I got to catch
People
that.
know I lived in the heart of Inglewood. They saw me walk down Market Street with the babies I'm raising. Like, they understood that, no, I was really the next one, sir. Yeah, that's the real beauty of travel.
Right.
That's why most people don't have the empathy and the sympathy that they need to have for other people. It's because they
You ain't never,
seen other people.
you ain't never been nowhere.
If you went to Ireland and you saw what them people was like, and you went to Sweden and saw what them people was like, if you really went to Africa and you really saw what the people was like, you went to Haiti, you went to Puerto Rico, if you really traveled across the country, you would see that all people is the same. I don't have any favorites in the world just because every place is dealing with their own issues, their own troubles. All places look better than they actually are for the people that live there. And it's always a difference between what it seems like
What it actually
and what it is like. People are
Oh my God. Hey, listen, y'all. We just crossed the 4-hour mark, man. Listen, man, we're gonna wrap it up, man. It's a little bit, you know what I mean, roughly like 30 minutes of this interview left, man. But I think that's a good place to stop, man. We rocked out for 4 hours, man. I thoroughly enjoyed this, man. Listen, if you enjoyed it as well, man, please, man, bless the algorithm with that like, man. Sit up there, take that nutty professor finger, man, hit that like button, man. Come follow me over here on Twitch, man. We do a lot of our after hours shit over here. I can't do everything on YouTube for obvious reasons, the copyright and everything, but we'd love to have you over here. And I tend to do these on Sundays, so if you here for the grown content, cause I mainly do like gaming and shit like that. But if you here for like just grown, like, you know, we can talk, we chop it up about shit, talk about how, you know, bitches don't know what they talking about, or, you know, I think next Sunday I just want to get on Red Pill Community. Yeah, I think I just want to go like at least like 2.5 hours just chopping and roasting the hell out of the Red Pill Community, man. Some of y'all, you know what I mean? I just don't understand it, man. But anywho, man, make sure you tap in with my Discord, man. So you say, hey, some of y'all that reference certain things during the live, man, make sure y'all get in my Discord, man. Get in my Discord, man, and post what you was talking about, man, so I can definitely, you know, get in tune with it. But great live. I want y'all to have a great night, man. 2024. Moving on, man. We here to take over, man. My name is King Kartel. I'm about this motherfucker, man. Be safe, be careful, wearing face masks. I'll see you big head motherfuckers on the next one. Peace.